Overview.
Thank you,
While they're in there, and we have maps as well.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know any of the history of Brookgreen?
No.
You know? Okay. It used to be 4 rice plantations, and it was purchased by Anna and Archer Huntington in 1930, and it opened to the public in 1931 to the public. Anna herself, she was a sculptor. And so her husband purchased the property, which was 9,127 acres. So it goes all the way from Huntington State Park back to Sandy Island. So that's how many, that's how many acres they purchased. So she could display her work, her sculptures, and she also had TV. And they lived in New York, so the doctors recommended for her to come to a warmer climate. So they found this place here, and this is what is evolved into. And so the gardens is basically broken down into 3 different areas. This is your main sculpture garden right here, and you know, all your flowers, botanical flowers. And then this is the low country. It focuses on, you know, the rice plantation, the Gullah Geechee era, and then this is your zoo down here. And it's not like a typical zoo, like elephants and giraffes and stuff.
Right.
These are heritage animals. We have the Spanish goats that were brought over here by the Spaniards in the 1500s. And then we also have Devon cows that were brought over here by the English settlers. And so we have an alligator. He's about 75 years old. His name's Cowboy. Sometimes he'll be out on the bank, but with this warm weather, he's probably down in the water a little bit. Sometimes you can get a glimpse of him. And we have several galleries that if you decide to go on into the gardens, that, you know, highly recommend. But I'm just going to point out, you're right here. Just to let you know. So once you get, you'll go through the admissions plaza, and it circles around, and it goes, that's the main parking area right there, okay? But there is a shuttle that runs from there to down here to here, and it runs about every 20 minutes, okay? So let's just say if you get out into the main gardens, and you want to walk, and it's about a 1/4 mile from the Purdy Center to the low country, and then another 1/4 mile down here. So say you do make the walk, and it's like, oh, I can't walk back. You can catch the shuttle, and it'll take you back to the main parking lot. Okay. There's several places to eat in here. You have the old kitchen. It's back here. You have the Harvest Restaurant, which is gorgeous, more of a sit down. And then you have the Courtyard Cafe, and I have a menu that I can show you as well.
Great.
The Purdy Center, that's our new welcome center. It just opened in January, and it's absolutely wonderful. You know, they have the back wall is like 80 orchids right there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Let me point out the different galleries that I recommend. This is going to be right when you go in, the Rosen Gallery. There's like a revolving, they have different exhibits that's in there, and those items in there are for sale. Then you have the Offner, and that's kind of like a visible storage of smaller pieces of art that can't be put out into the gardens. All right, and then you have the Blyfelt back there. That's another one that's probably my favorite one back there. And then right here at the Rainy Pavilion, right past Keepsakes and right next to the Harvest Restaurant, it's called the Genuine. And there's a film that runs about a 20-minute loop, and it goes into a little bit more history about Anna and about the rice plantation days, and then about our zoo, and then the construction of the Purdy Center. Then on the other side is the Noble Gallery, and that has work from Craig Mitchell Smith. I'm not sure if you noticed the butterflies when you came in, the glass butterflies at the front entrance when you came in. Well, his glasswork, there's a total of 32 pieces of his glasswork throughout the gardens. And because we have right now, it's called Summer Lights every Wednesday and Saturday nights until the end of August. But this gallery over here, the Noble Gallery, it sells his work as well. And then we have 3 different exhibits that's down here. In the Low Country, it's called the Ronday Center. And we just opened our history exhibit yesterday down there. So yeah, and I mean, it just depends on what you guys like. And if you get a ticket, it's good for 7 days. So, you know, it is a lot to see in one day.
It is.
So, you know, if you want to come in this morning or this afternoon and do a couple hours, and it's like, okay, it's too hot, I want to leave. You know, you can come back.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah, and then we have different excursions. Today, we have the creek excursion, and that one, I'm sure they got one at 12 o'clock, but
Okay.
you won't be able to make that one, of course. And then we have called the Brookgreen 101, and that you actually get on a little vehicle, and they ride you around, and they stop, and they tell you about different sculptures throughout the gardens. I mean, of course, it's going to be on the main roads. They don't go back in there. Okay.
So since we're here, if we come out and drive
You're going to go just like this.
to the new Welcome Plaza,
Yeah,
okay.
Welcome Plaza. Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay,
So the
okay.
Rosen right there that's the first exhibit that I would walk in and look at, and then you can make your way over to the Purdy Center. You'll
Okay.
see it when you get there, and
Okay.
you look and you'll see it.
Now, are we able to drive over there without tickets or?
No, ma'am. No,
Okay,
ma'am. You
so-
have to purchase tickets.
Yeah,
Once
okay.
you purchase your tickets in the garden,
Then
that
you
gets you
go.
anywhere. But the only other things you have to pay for would, of course, be any of the excursions that we have.
Okay.
Any excursions, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. That was very thorough. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
And then these are the excursions.
Yeah, here we've got, not all of those are running. This is the
Okay.
creek excursion, this one.
Okay.
So it's again at 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. And then the Brookgreen 101 at 12:30 and 2.
Okay, got
Okay.
it, got it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And the creek is about 45 minutes.